The longsword's full basic combo is absolutely terrible. Don't get me wrong, you do want to use parts of this combo, but never the full combo. I've seen people using this and struggling at the end of the game, but it's not their fault. This is one of the recommended combos in the training area. In this video, I'll break down why this combo is so bad and what you want to be doing instead. We'll start off beginner friendly before getting to more advanced topics like how to maximize your damage while waiting for an opening. The longsword's game plan is pretty simple. Fill some of the spirit gauge, spend it to level up the gauge, and then spend the third level on Helmbreaker. The longsword has two main combos. The basic combo fills the gauge, and the Spirit Blade combo spends the gauge and levels it up if you hit the last attack. Spirit Blade attacks also deal more damage, so you want to use them if you have gauge to spend. The problem with the basic combo is that it's the worst way to fill your gauge. Instead of using the full basic combo, you only want to use parts of it to supplement your other gauge fill methods. Before we get into the better methods, let's break down the basic combo. The basic combo is performed by pressing the top face button 4 times. The attacks are called Step Slash, Overhead Slash, Thrust, and Rising Slash. Rising Slash loops back into Overhead Slash. But remember, don't do this. Like I said earlier, you never want to use the full basic combo, but you do want to use parts of it. For example, Step Slash is used all the time because it's a draw attack that fills part of your gauge. If your weapon's drawn, you can skip to the thrust by pressing the right face button. While it is a weak attack, it's your fastest combo starter. You can even shortcut to the thrust and Rising Slash during the Spirit Blade combo. The Spirit Blade combo consists of Spirit Blade 1, Spirit Blade 2, Spirit Blade 3, and Spirit Round Slash. Remember, you only need to land Round Slash to level up your gauge. You can shortcut to Thrust before Spirit Blade 2, and Rising Slash before Spirit Blade 3 without breaking your combo. To level up your gauge from empty with the basic combo, you need to land all 4 attacks on a weak spot before you have enough gauge to perform the full Spirit Blade combo. You never want to do this because Fade Slash is just faster. With your weapon drawn, you can perform a Fade Slash at any time by pressing the top face and right face buttons. If you perform Fade Slash mid-combo, you can move left or right. Fade Slash fills the gauge, and combos into Spirit Jumping Slash, Spirit Blade 3, and then Spirit Round Slash. Think of it as an alternative Spirit Blade combo. Fade Slash and Spirit Jumping Slash deal a little bit less damage than Spirit Blade 1 and 2. However, the Fade Slash combo costs way less gauge to perform than the Spirit Blade combo. You're not paying the cost of Spirit Blade 1, and you can fill your gauge with Fade Slash. This makes canceling out of the basic combo into the Fade Slash combo faster than performing the basic combo into the Spirit Blade combo. Here's a quick comparison. Spirit Round Slash levels up your gauge, but it also forces you to sheath your weapon. If you want to keep your combo going, you can perform a special sheath by pressing the right trigger and the bottom face button at the same time. From special sheath, we can perform Iai Slash by pressing the top face button. Iai Slash is another way to fill your gauge that outclasses the basic combo. If either hit connects, you'll passively regain 100% of your gauge over the next 15 seconds. Iai Slash doesn't replace Fade Slash, since you have to commit to Special Sheath to use it. Special Sheath can only be performed after another attack, but if you have an opening after Round Slash or Helmbreaker, Special Sheath is the go-to follow-up because it can cancel their ending animations. Landing Spirit Helmbreaker gives you an autofill buff that can stack with Iai Slash's buff, and landing both back-to-back will give you enough gauge to use the Spirit Blade combo without needing to land any other attacks. Before moving on, let's recap the best methods to fill and level your gauge. From empty, you want to start with Step Slash, but transition to the Fade Slash combo. If you have a bit of gauge or the Iai Slash buff, you can start dropping basic attacks from your combo. If you've just landed Helmbreaker and Iai Slash, you can combo directly into the Spirit Blade combo. Now, we have to talk about Foresight Slash, because it is the fastest way to level up your gauge. It completely reframes everything we've covered so far. Foresight Slash can be performed by pressing the right trigger and the right face button after most of your attacks. It consumes your entire gauge, and if you have at least 10% of your gauge, it makes you invincible for 3/4 of a second. If you get hit in the first half of this second, and connect the follow-up hit, your gauge gets completely filled. On top of that, you can combo directly into Round Slash. Without Foresight Slash, you need to generate enough gauge to perform the Fade Slash or Spirit Blade combo. Foresight Slash lets you level up the gauge with only 10%. That means you can spend everything else on Spirit Blade attacks without worrying about saving enough to complete a combo. With all these different ways to fill the gauge, you can easily have more gauge than you could spend. You get to use Spirit Blade attacks all the time, but that doesn't mean the monster is going to stand still. If you're on red gauge, you're looking for an opportunity to land Helmbreaker, and if you're not, you're trying to land Round Slash. Since you're waiting for an opening, you want to rotate between low commitment attacks while dealing as much damage as possible. The Spirit Blade combo and the Fade Slash combo are designed with this in mind. They start with low commitment attacks that are easy to chain together, and end with high commitment attacks with limited follow-up options. The attacks that I consider to be low commitment are Spirit Blade 1, Spirit Blade 2, Fade Slash, Spirit Jumping Slash, Thrust, and Rising Slash. While comboing, you're looking for attacks to Foresight or an opening to complete your combo. If you land Foresight but don't need to level your gauge, don't use Round Slash and keep your combo going. Once you find an opening and you're on red gauge, go for Spirit Helmbreaker. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you want to learn more about the longsword, I've linked my complete guide in the description. I'll be making more weapon guide content for Monster Hunter Wilds, so consider subscribing.